Hi everybody, I'm Jay. Thanks for joining the channel, and today I'm talking about smoked bagels. The New York City bagel, for those that don't know New York bagels and haven't been to New York, and I've been there many, many times and had my share of bagels, they're absolutely incredible. People have said it's the water, it's whatever they do, but you can't replicate it anywhere else except New York. I am rebuking that statement, and I think I've made the New York City bagel here in the mountains of Northern California. We have incredible water, and it has taken me quite a time to perfect this recipe because I'm at altitude, so everything is different. And I'm not gonna show you in this video how I actually do the dough and everything. That'll be for another video because the focus today is actually on making these bagels, getting them baked, and then we're gonna go ahead and taste them. Now, this has been my starter that I've actually mixed 24 hours ago. I let it proof overnight, and this is the result. You can see these beautiful, beautiful air pockets. And that's gonna make really nice little chew, which you need in that New York City bagel, and a phenomenal flavor that just can't be beat. So we're gonna go ahead and start with this, and we're gonna take this out of the bowl. What you wanna do with this is when we take this out, we want to make sure that we're not going to be compressing this too much. I just want to get the edges of the bowl. Look at this. That's incredible. Love that gluten. That's going to get us that chew. So now I'm going to move this over to my stone. This is absolutely amazing. Look at that. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and stretch this out, and we're going to go ahead and cut this. Now, when you do this, you don't want to squeeze the dough. A lot of instructions you'll see show you making a ball and then putting a hole through it. I don't do it that way. I used to do it that way, and my bagels were a little flat. They didn't get as fluffy as I like. And so what I'm doing is I'm actually gonna just elongate this out like so. We're gonna boil the bagels first, and boiling is key. And after that, we're gonna go out into the smoker, and then we're gonna bake these about 26 minutes at 425 degrees, and they should look absolutely amazing. Now, before we cut our dough, we're gonna go ahead and get some parchment paper on these, because these are gonna go in the big green egg. We have one tray here. We can go ahead and start cutting, and then we're going to lay these out on our parchment paper. So we'll take our first piece here, and we're going to take this like so, and we're going to elongate it. We're not going to roll it into a ball. We're going to elongate it, and basically this is around it's about 180 grams. So that's okay. Anything that's probably under 200 but above 150, it'll just depend on how big your bagels are. If you like a big fluffy bagel, you're going to want to have a little more dough, and if not, they'll use smaller dough. So we're going to go ahead and stretch this out. You don't want to tear the dough. So we're gonna let gravity kind of do its thing here. And we've got nice gluten formed, so we got some spring back, as soon as we let that go. And then we're gonna go ahead and join this together, and we're gonna make our bagel. So basically I take it like this, join it right here, and do the pinch around, just like you do with sourdough bread. And then we're gonna go ahead and even this out here. I use like a little bit of a circular motion and kind of run that around. And then we're gonna see that this is thin where we joined it. So what you do is you're gonna push this together, and it's gonna make it poofy, like so. And you got the perfect bagel. Repeat this process a lot of times. This recipe that I use will make around a dozen. Okay, we give this about 45 minutes to rise. Take a look at our bagels, looking good, and we're all ready to go. Now we're gonna go ahead and boil these, and then we're gonna go out to the smoker. So here we're gonna boil our bagels, and it's very important that you have a very good rapid boil going. You want that water really boiling, and then you're going to put the bagels in. We're only going to do for 60 seconds per side, so 2 minutes, and that's it. We're going to take it off, dab it on the paper towel, put it back on the wax paper in preparation to going outside on the smoke. Now we have our water at a rolling boil. Put stuff in the water, don't worry about it. That's one of the little secret ingredients that's in here. So we're going to take this out, and we're going to put our bagel in the water and let it go. You can do a couple of these at a time. And at about 45 seconds, I just kind of know now in my head where we're at. I'll go ahead and flip it over. And then we'll go and do it for another 45 seconds to a minute, and then we're gonna dab it off and put it back on the wax paper. I'm gonna flip this one over, and we'll give the other one a flip as well. Now we're going to take this out of the water like so. Look at our boiled bagel. We're just gonna set it on the paper towel for just a second. And don't worry, it'll actually be just fine. Now, when these bagels cool off, put these right over here. Now, as these bagels cool, now's the time to put the topping on. This is some everything seasoning that I have with some truffle sea salt. I'm going to flip this over now. We're at our minute mark. Now the next two bagels we're going to do is with Naughtywood barbecue rub seasoning, and this is going to be our smoked barbecue bagel right here. And you can be generous on the rub. It's got a little sugar in it. It's going to break down. It's going to actually caramelize just a little bit on this bagel. But the seasoning with this and the smoke is absolutely incredible. Okay, we're going to finish off the last of our smoked salt bagels that are going to be smoked out there on coconut charcoal. Manzanita wood, actually baked, but we're going to get some smoke action going. You'll see that in just a second. And now we've got all of our bagels ready to go. Everything, the 2 barbecue bagels. Let's go outside and let's get baked. I know what you're thinking. Now for today, I have the Big Green Egg XL lit. I'm using my Zenfiyah coconut charcoal. It is the #1 charcoal in the Big Green Egg. It burns 20% hotter and 20% longer than any other wood charcoal on the market. And we're gonna have some New York City style bagels. And they're gonna be baked 425 degrees. A little bit of smoke's gonna be in there because we're gonna add a couple chunks of some local Manzanita wood with our coconut for an incredible flavor combination on these bagels. Now for the fire today, I'm using Rutland fire starters. They're absolutely incredible. You put a couple in, you light them up and let these go for at least 30 minutes until our charcoal gets white. Now we put our starter in here. I have 4 starters. We have 1.5 bags of Zenfiyah coconut charcoal. That should be enough to get us to 425 degrees because we only need it for 26 minutes. I love delicious bagels. So I got our bagels on just like that. We got a little bit of Manzanita smoke coming up. We're gonna go ahead and do it for 26 minutes. And I always use my ThermoWorks time stack. Let's go ahead and get it started. And we'll check on it in 26 minutes. Look at those bagels. Absolutely insane. With a perfect crisp bottom and a wonderful top, absolutely incredible, tender inside. This tasted just like a New York bagel. Until the next time, smoke on, baby, and make sure to make those bagels.